Hey friends, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel and welcome to 2023! Can you believe we are already here? It's the new year, it's a new me, I've set some new goals, and I have a January TBR that I would love to tell you about. In today's video, I'm not only going to be telling you about my January TBR, but I'm also introducing something new that involves a kind of TBR jar for the year of 2023, so stay tuned for that. So before I jump into my TBR jar, I did want to let you know that this month for the book troop, we are going to be reading Wonderland by Jennifer Hillier. This one is a backlist kind of like thriller horror book, and it's by Jennifer Hillier, who is an author that I've mostly really loved before. We did end up reading her book Things We Do in the Dark last year for the book troop, and it ended up being one of my 1 stars, but we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about it because every other book that I've read from this author has been 4 or 5 stars, and this one I believe came out in 2015 originally, and this has always been one of the books that I've been wanting to get to the most, and so I'm so excited that we're going to be reading it together in the month of January. This book, I don't even know too much about it. All I know is that it says, "Welcome to Wonderland. By day, it's a magical place boasting a certain retro charm, excited children, hands sticky with cotton candy." It sounds like it's gonna be major, like carnival vibes. There's a clown museum that's home to creepy wax replicas of movie stars and a massive collection of antique porcelain dolls. And then we follow this protagonist named Vanessa, and it's her first day as deputy police chief of Seaside, Washington. And then now there's this teenage employee who went missing, and it seems like there's this dark past of all of these missing persons that goes back decades. It sounds like it's gonna be so interesting, and I'm also so excited to be joined by my friend Liv over from Liv's Library for the month of January. I'm so excited that she's gonna be co-hosting this month with me for the book troop, and this book troop live show should be happening on January 29th. I don't know exactly what time it will be yet, but hopefully that's the day we're aiming for, is Sunday, January 29th. And then I also did want to mention that I'm gonna be reading Mother Thing, and I'm gonna be reading this with my friend Elizabeth Riley over from Reading Riley. She's so kindly asked me to co-host her book club for the month of January, and she's actually just launching this new book club on her channel this month. Her book club is called the Midnight Society Book Club, which I freaking love that, and her book club is going to be focused on reading horror and thriller books and feminist fiction and different stuff like that, so I am so honored to be the first co-host for her book club. I'll have all of her information linked down below so you can go and check it out, but this is what we're going to be reading together for the month of January. This one, all I really know is that it's like a weird kind of like horror book that's about this mother-in-law. I don't really know too much about this. I don't think I want to know too much going in before starting it, but I've heard pretty good things so far. The live show for Mother Thing is going to be happening on Elizabeth's channel on January 28th at 12 p.m. Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern time. I will have the link down below for her channel so you can save the link when she posts it. Also in the month of January, I'm going to be joining my friend Jessie from Bow Ties and Books for their enby book club, and we're going to be reading All the White Spaces. And this is another thriller kind of horror book that I'm really excited about. It features a trans main character, and this one just says it's a winter expedition that goes terribly wrong in this paranormal horror. So I don't really know what this one's about either, but I'm so honored to be asked by my friend Jessie to join their book club. I'm so excited to read this book and discuss this book. I'm not totally sure on when this live show is going to be happening yet, but I will let you know as soon as I know. Okay, and so now the TBR jar. What is it? What's going on with this? So you've probably heard about this if you're on my Patreon. Basically what I decided to do for the year of 2023 is to have my Patreon impact my TBR every single month in the year of 2023. And basically how this works is I ask my Patreon to give me different prompts for, you know, like random kind of reading things, because I always love trying to find books to fit into certain prompts, and so I thought it would just be the most fun thing for me this year if I just asked my Patreon for some prompts, which, you know, they came through. There's like over 100, almost like 150 prompts that are already in here. And basically what I'm going to do is every month I'm going to pull 2 to 3 prompts depending on how demanding those prompts are and depending on how many books I'm already reading that month. But I'm going to draw 2 to 3 every month in my TBR videos and try to find a book that will fit into that prompt and read it for that month. I do eventually want to get a cuter jar for this. I just kind of threw them all in here. I literally printed off every single one off my Patreon and put it in here. I will also have the link down below for the post on Patreon, because if you want to contribute to it, it's available on all of the tiers on my Patreon. And also I'm going to be checking it at the end of every single month of the year of 2023 and adding in any new ones that have been added to that post. So yeah, you could impact my TBR in some way this year. I'm so nervous to see what I'm gonna get. Like, oh my gosh. I think for this month of January, I might only draw 2 depending on how demanding these 2 will be, because I have such a massive TBR already for this month. But like, oh my gosh, let's see what we're gonna get. Okay, the first one, it's here. What is it? Read a book with your age as the last 2 numbers of the ISBN? What? Oh my gosh, I don't even know how I would figure this out. Where do I even find the ISBN? Oh. Okay, so the ISBN is just like these last two numbers on the back of the book. Oh my gosh, how am I what? The ISBN numbers are so random. Holy shit, I found one. Dude, I've been sitting here going through every fucking book on my TBR being like, what the fuck? Like every number is like in the 80s or 50s, but I found one. 27. Okay, well this this counts, right? Because I'm 27 right now, but I'm turning 28 this month, but this definitely counts. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we have confirmed proof that this has 27 in the ISBN number at the end, and that is my current age. Wow, I did it! Here's a close-up of the prompt so you can actually see it. And wow, Katie, you were not fucking around with that prompt. That was a challenge. But I found a book. It's Astrid Parker Doesn't Fail, which this is exciting because this is a romance that I've actually been super excited to read because this is the sequel to Delilah Green Doesn't Care, and this one's about this interior designer. And so, wow, I'm excited! I was actually planning on reading this in February, kind of. Like, I had some plans, but, you know, I could read this in January. I actually don't have too much romance on my TBR for January, so this will be perfect because then I can include some romance. So, first book is picked. Oh my gosh, that just destroyed my bookshelves, so let's put things back. Okay, time to draw the second one. Oh my gosh, what's it gonna be? Ready? Okay. What is it? What is it? Marissa said a book with stars on the cover. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my gosh, a book with stars on the cover. Okay, I can totally do this. I'm trying to look at some of the books that I already had on my TBR for this month. Okay, I'm not seeing any stars on some of the books. This counts, right? Are these little gold flecks stars? I don't know, are these stars? I feel like sometimes whenever there's kind of like a blue background with like specks of something, I'm like, those would count as stars, right? And the fact that this is like literally a moon on the cover here, and then there's these like gold flecks, as you can see, I feel like that would count as stars. And I feel like I need to read The Half Moon. I feel like adding this to my TBR this month would make me so fucking happy. So I think I'm gonna add The Half Moon to my TBR for that prompt because this sounds incredible. This book is actually an ARC copy. It doesn't go on sale until May 2nd. But this one's just like about this couple in a small town, and it's about this guy who owns a bar, and then like one of the people at the bar go missing, and it's from the same author as Ask Again Yes, which is a book that I really fucking loved, and so I'm so excited. I definitely want to add this to my TBR. So like, wow, these two feel like it would be fine for me to pick a third prompt for this month, you know? So let's see what it'll be. Okay, let's see. Read a celebrity's favorite book. Oh my gosh, read a celebrity's favorite book? Ugh. Okay, maybe, let's see, let me whip out the laptop. What celebrity shall I do? I do kind of have plans this year to read some of my favorite celebrities' faves, so I'm not going to be looking at those specific celebrities. What about Emma Stone? Emma Stone's favorite books. Does Emma Stone read? Okay, I'm not able to find any information. What about Emma Roberts? All the Emmas. Ooh, okay. I have some options for Emma Roberts. Ooh, there's this cute little article I found that's like what Emma Roberts reads. Ooh, there's this cool book that it showed that she posted about called I Love You, But I've Chosen Darkness. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I wonder what that's about. Oh my gosh. Okay, there's an actual photo of her with the book Luster, which is a book that I've been so curious about. I feel like this might actually be a good one. And it says, she said, on Emma's must-read list is this novel following a black girl in her 20s in New Jersey who has found herself involved with a white man in his 40s. The catch is that he's in an open marriage. Ooh. Okay, Luster. Oh my gosh. I don't own the book Luster, but I feel like it might be something my library has. my gosh, yes, my library has it. My library is going to come in the clutch and I'm gonna get Luster from my library. All right, well that ended up working out great. That was actually so successful. Like I was kind of nervous, I'm not gonna lie, about picking these first three, but thank you so much to Katie, Marissa, and Rainey for impacting my TBR this month. I am very excited to read The Half Moon, Astrid Parker, and Luster once I get that one from my library. And I do think in the month of January, I'll probably work on a Patreon exclusive vlog reading these three books for a dedicated vlog for Patreon. I don't know if I'm gonna do that every single month where I like read the books for a Patreon vlog, but I feel like for this month it would be fun just to kind of kick off this new series I'm doing. All right, and so on to the rest of my TBR, because as mentioned, I do have a fully stacked January TBR. I mean, I'm reading 3 books for 3 different book clubs, including all the white spaces as well. And then I kind of wanted to do another reading 3 new thrillers vlog this month, because there are so many thrillers coming out recently that I'm very excited about, which includes The Villa by Rachel Hawkins. This is a new thriller that I'm freaking hyped about. This is the same author as The Wife Upstairs. I also do have the audiobook for this one from Libro, from one of their ALCs, so I can't wait to read this one. I think it'll be super fun. And then I would also love to get to Just the Nicest Couple. This one's an ARC copy that I have, but this one actually goes on sale January 10th, so I feel like I do need to get to this one, and I would love to include this in a, you know, reading new thrillers vlog. And then also Secluded Cabin Sleep 6. This is one that I'm like kind of nervous about because I haven't been seeing the best reviews from friends, but this one actually just went on sale November 8th at the end of last year, and it's one that I've had sitting on my shelves for a while and that I've been curious about. This is one of them that like I'm not sure this will be the third one that I read, because I do want to do a reading vlog that's like reading 3 new thrillers this month, but if this one starts to bore me to tears a little bit, which I'm afraid it might, I might swap this one out for something else, but these are my plans for now. I'm also going to be working on an exciting reading vlog right at the start of January. It's not like a secret TBR, it's kind of a secret, I guess. I just don't want to reveal all the books that I'm reading for yet, and the theme of the reading vlog will remain a mystery for now, but it's going to require me to read The Hacienda, which is one from last year that I've been super excited about. This was actually, it came out in like May or like sometime last summer, early last summer, and I've just been dying to read it ever since. This one's compared to like Mexican Gothic meets Rebecca. It takes place after the Mexican War of Independence, and it's like a horror novel about this mansion. It sounds like it'll have all the vibes that I need, you know, like starting my new year. And then that vlog will also require me to read Lessons in Chemistry, which this is a book that was super popular last year. It was actually the Barnes & Noble Book of the Year, and it's a book that I've been hearing nonstop really good things about, and it takes place in the 1960s, and it follows this woman who works in STEM, you know, she works in science, and I just feel like this book is gonna hit on all of the notes that it should hit, hopefully. So yeah, this upcoming reading vlog that I'm working on, I'm reading both of these books as well as a few others. And then also I do have quite a bit of manga that I'm hoping to get to this month, like for example, Orange. This is the second collection of volumes in Orange, and thank you so much to one of my closest friends, Brittany, for sending me this second collection, because y'all saw how I was fucking crying over the first collection of Orange, and honestly I think Orange is one of my favorite mangas of all time now, and so the fact that I even have this second one in my possession right now is fantastic. I cannot wait to pick this up as soon as possible. I'm literally dying. I think in this one there are 2 volumes in this collection, I want to say, and then there might be some kind of short story as well, but I'm so excited. This is a sci-fi romance that I am obsessed with. If you haven't heard me rave about Orange yet, then like watch my last reading vlog, I don't know. And then I also was able to get from my library, I got Your Name volumes 2 and 3. This is the series, it's also a sci-fi romance. Oh my gosh, am I just gonna be in my sci-fi romance era going to 2023? This is also one of my recent favorite mangas. This is actually based off of the anime movie called Your Name. The movie came out first, and then they made these mangas based off of the movie, and this manga series, it follows this boy and this girl who are both teenagers, and they wake up and they swap bodies. Like she wakes up in his body and he wakes up in her body, and he lives in Tokyo and she lives in the countryside, and it's just the best thing ever. It's so fucking beautiful, and I cannot wait to read the 2nd and 3rd volume because I'm a huge fan of the anime movie, and so I just can't wait to see how it's translated into manga and how it works. The first volume was 5 stars for me, so I cannot wait to get to these 2. I'm also hoping to continue in Sweat and Soap this month. This is the 6th volume, which is the one that I'm currently on, and I just, you know, absolutely adore this series and these characters. characters with my whole heart. I'm also hoping to get the next volume of Blood on the Tracks from my library at some point this month. Like, hopefully that hold comes through. And then I'm also hoping, maybe, if I have the time, I'm hoping that I can get to Something is Killing the Children, Volume 1. This is a graphic novel that I've just been hearing such great things about. But again, this is pretty low priority for me this month just because I'm trying to take on so many other things. But this is something that I would love to read if I have the time because I've heard such good things about this graphic novel. Like, everybody says it's like one of their favorite graphic novels ever. And I guess it's about this girl named Erica and she kills monsters. That is all she does, and she bears the cost because it must be done. Like, what? What is that about? I don't even know. I just want to know more. All right, so that's a wrap on my TBR for now. I feel like this month I'm taking on quite a bit with, like, I have about 15 books or so that I'm going to be requiring myself to read for either book clubs that I'm joining or reading vlogs that I'm working on this month. But it's all books that I'm very excited for, so I'm hoping that I'm just going to have a really great reading month. I'm also so excited now about the books that I was able to choose out of my Patreon jar. I feel like this jar is really going to push me this year to not only pick up things that I normally wouldn't, or like pick up books that I wasn't planning on reading that month, but now I'm being forced to, but also just to kind of like push me out of my comfort zone a little bit, you know, because there are some in here that I was like, oh gosh, like, you know, there are some in here because I've seen them all, and there are some that I'm like incredibly nervous to pull, and so I'm glad for this month I started with a few that are like totally doable for me, you know? I am going to be very soon posting a video that's going to be like my 2023 goals in TBR, so I'm going to be talking a little bit more about that TBR jar and just some other general goals that I have for my channel in that video. And I'm also very soon going to be posting a video that's like all of my 2023 most anticipated releases because there are so many books that I'm looking forward to this year. I also did want to address this because I've been getting a ton of different messages and DMs about this, and that's about Winterween. And unfortunately, Winterween will not be happening this year. It's not for any like dramatic or crazy reasons. It's just because, you know, both Olivia and I, we've been hosting these readathons for such a long time, and you know, in the year of 2022, we hosted 4 rounds of like the Ween readathons, and we're just feeling a little bit burnt out. And you know, these last few weeks have just been so busy and chaotic for both of us that we just decided it would be best for both of us if we just took a break from it for right now. And I really hope this isn't disappointing to you in any way, because that's the last thing that I want to do, is to, you know, be disappointing. And I know that there's a lot of people in this community who really do look forward to those readathons, and so I'm so sorry if this is upsetting news in any way. We just don't feel like we can give it our all right now, and I never want to feel like I'm half-assing anything when it comes to these readathons, you know, because they do mean so much to me. Summerween is definitely still happening. Summerween is coming back this summer. We're already in the early stages of planning Summerween, and you can expect an announcement about Summerween happening in probably around early May, I would assume, is when we would announce that. So you can look forward to that, but I'm so sorry about Winterween. I know that's kind of a bummer. This year, it was just not something we were feeling like we can take on right now, but I definitely have plans to bring back Winterween in the future. So thank you so much for watching. As always, let me know what books are you planning to read in the month of January. Let me know how you feel about the new Patreon TBR jar, because I'm very excited about it. And thank you so much for watching as always, and I will see you very soon with another video. Bye.